Good morning. I just wanted to get online this morning and have an open line stream. I hope everyone is doing well and would love to have you on. Nothing much is going on this Friday. Uh, kind of a quiet day here, which is kind of a change, kind of nice. Uh, don't know if anybody's going to be on or not. I just wanted to get online and see if anyone wanted to get on. So I hope everyone is having a good day wherever you are and whatever time of day it is. So um, I'm hoping you're having a good day so far, or good evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is where you are. Darth Revan, greetings. Yes, yeah, good afternoon, I should say to you from well, the land of the Irish. I'll just put it that way. I'll be nice. It is Isaac Cockatoom. Oh my. Now, I know you're probably going to be busy now, so but if you're not, you can feel free to join the stream, Darth Revan. I would be more than happy to let you. Well, you don't have to have your picture up, and you're not ugly. Nobody's ugly. Well, appearances are not what make people ugly. And I'm about to start cooking. Cool. What are you cooking today, Darth Revan? Alex Kurtzman. Well, yeah, he's not exactly. Well, he's. Somebody loves him for whatever reason. I can't think of one, but somebody does. Uh ah, hello, hello. How are you today? Chili con carne. Sounds wonderful. I haven't had rice in a long time. Not really supposed to eat it for me, but that sounds good. Resolute Germ. Good morning. How are you today? Fine and dandy like sour candy, says Master Alex. Ah, Cinnamon Buddy. Hello there. How are you? By the way, I have not heard how is Strawberry. Just to make things easier, let me just. Well, nobody can. Well, you can't complain about a day off. Usually, that's a good thing. Dude, I'm gonna hit you. I'm doing good. Little discomfort right now, but it's better than I have been. Just about had a heart attack right now, but we'll have to just have to roast Cinnabon, give him some trouble. Actually, I wouldn't recommend it either. 47 Yorktown. Bonjour. And Cinnabon Bunny is coming on. How are you, Jim?
Hey, Captain Trek, how's it going?
Here you try to scare me.
It's all right.
Holy shit!
He's dead. No, she's doing all right. She still needs to eat, but and I don't know why she's fighting with the little one so much. Other than that, she's doing a lot better.
Still trying to assert herself.
Probably. Well, I think she was gone for too long, so just have to be rebonded.
Yeah.
But oh well. They're together right now, and they haven't tried to bite each other for the last hour at least, so that's good.
Well, that's definitely good.
Siblings. So I was glad to see that you and LDG patched up your differences. That was good.
Yeah, I'd heard that you had some. Uh, I don't want to go into anything, but I'd heard you had gotten involved in the situation, and I want to apologize to you for that.
That's right. I didn't care. I just thought it was an overblown, stupid situation that I told him that you just needed to either talk to you about it or drop it. One of the two.
Well, actually, Rambling Canuck helped out there.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I saw his quick live stream he did last night. So
Yeah, I saw it live as well. So, and
well, that's
I've written him this morning, and I've told him that he can take it down because there were people who've asked me, "What's
good.
going on? I don't know." So yeah, one reason I like Discord, I can just have all these messages. It's like, what is LDG talking about? Oh, it's nothing. We've got things worked out. Don't worry.
Okay, that's good.
I had a couple people who saw the original video and they're like, "Oh my god!" Uh a couple of them were really, really, really pissed. So I had to go. Oh no, 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 no! It's fine now. It's fine. Things have been worked out.
Right.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, peace in the nerd community. That's always good, right?
Absolutely. Oh, and yes, Mr. Lundell is in the back room. we were talking. I hadn't noticed him pop up. Good morning, sir. I thought you were streaming a movie.
You're muted, by the way.
Let me see here. I saw something earlier. Ah, Airbase Attack. I've actually never heard of that movie. Men at work.
Sorry,
Yes,
what?
Discord is great. I will admit, I love it. I use Discord more than I do email anymore.
Do you really? Wow.
Email I get more notifications. I get junk mail. I get official stuff that I have to go through, but I don't even bother with email anymore.
Yeah.
And I've had to turn off notifications for some things because it's like, yeah, I want to go through, a couple hundred emails a day. Sure, why not? And men at work, you are more than welcome to come on up on the panel if you would like, if you're able to, that is. I see. I keep in touch with a few people on other social media platforms, but I usually use Discord for communication with people I actually, well, want to talk to most of all, other than getting on YouTube, of course. Oh, you're in the back room, of course. I'm on the other page so I can actually read the text. Good morning.
Hey. Morning, guys.
How are you doing?
Just had a virtual appointment with my doc, so that was interesting.
Was it as annoying as going in, or?
No, it was just like your regular checkup, except you're just, instead of actually going in and doing the checkup, you essentially just talking. It's like you're over the phone. It doesn't feel the same at all. It's not that it's bad or good. It's just like, and I'm sure that she still gets useful information from the answers I gave her. Just weird.
Right. Get some Diet Coke there, Jim.
I think I'm catching a bug, guys.
But yeah, no, I use Discord pretty much for everything. Like I run a gaming server on Discord. I have, I use it to contact everyone. It's pretty much the only social media type platform I use. I'm not on Twitter. I don't have one. Or really anything. I don't have a Facebook. I never use these platforms, and I don't care to.
Right.
Discord I enjoy using. The only personal information that you really need to have on there is pretty much whatever email you're using for the account. That's it. The rest you can make up, literally. And it's free.
Yes.
I had it on my phone for a while, but then I just got sick and tired of the nonstop notifications that were coming through.
Yeah, usually I have on Discord I turned off all notifications. Yeah, so you have, like, for example, enable desktop notifications. I usually just turn that off, and I turn off all the sound for notifications.
I should just do that. I'm just lazy, apparently.
Well, I'm on Discord so often that I'm like, well, if I have a new message, I'm going to see it. I'm not like, you know, it's not like I use Discord like every once a month or something. I'm using
Right.
it at least weekly.
Yeah, see, I keep notifications on for certain things, like for personal messages, but for the different servers, it's like, no, I'm not going to be getting 100 notifications in an hour.
In an hour, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone here has, but I've maxed out the amount of Discord servers you can be in.
I've had, okay,
It's 100, if anyone.
100.
So, yeah, you don't want to have notifications on when you're in 100 Discord servers, with maybe 5 of them not really that active, but all of them at least having messages going on every day. That would be a nightmare. I can't even imagine having your notifications on for that.
Oh, trust me, one of the worst for notifications, so you get some of these active groups, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Sometimes, yeah, I notice like you can't even keep up with the chat at times. It's like YouTube chats.
Oh, exactly.
And I don't like that when it's in a Discord server, just because the whole point, I don't know, to me, Discord, like, it's more personal, I guess. Like, you can actually talk to people. You're not limited to 200 characters and all that. You know, you can be more free with what you say. It's not like if you say a certain word in the chat or on YouTube, you don't get your account taken down.
Yeah.
Something less extreme.
No, Resolute, it is really not difficult to learn Discord.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, just you make an account and then it literally holds your hand when you first make an account.
Yeah.
Like, it tells you what you can skip it if you want to, but it tells you exactly how it works.
So what have you been up to today? Oh, and Mr. Lundell's showing up. Good deal. What's going on, Mr. Lundell?
I think he's frozen.
Ah, good grief. Yeah.
Either that or he's just really still.
That would be impressive, but
that would be most impressive.
That would also mean he's no longer breathing.
Yeah, he's just concentrating really hard, guys. So what's going on today, guys? Anything fun? Anything special?
No, nothing that I'm aware of. Anything going on there with you?
Me, nothing. I was just gonna probably play some Red Dead in a little while too, again, and I don't know. Just have a relaxing day. I think I'm coming down with something, so I don't think I want to go out.
Oh, I know I'm coming down with something. I just know it's not the virus.
Yeah.
It's probably a virus. It's not the same one though.
Yeah.
Because it's all symptoms I know I've had before.
Right. Yeah, I just woke up this morning with got that ridiculous.
Yeah, I had it.
Feeling in the back of the
throat. I started feeling weird like on Sunday or whatever, and I'm still feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever happens.
Yep.
Hey, Captain Sparrow.
Mr. Lundell is back.
I think you're pushing it with the handsome fellows part. At least speaking for myself.
And good morning, Captain Sparrow.
Is it working now?
Yes, it is.
Lundell.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know everything. Once upon a time, it was working perfect with Opera. Now I had to go back to damn Chrome, which I don't like.
Me neither. I have to use it when I use this.
I usually use Firefox, but if I'm joining you guys on a stream or something for StreamYards, I'll switch over to Chrome.
Yeah.
Just for that. And I've noticed that it's a significant difference.
Only thing I hate about Chrome is it opens like 20 instances of itself for some reason.
Yeah.
Haven't had that yet, but I'm also whenever I open up the program, I also have Task Manager open and just mess with stuff. So
Very cool.
Now, I've been told not to look at my all that information that Google says. So it's like, let's see here. I made the mistake of doing that. Now I got to find a way to get to increase my audience, because right now only people. Let's see here. Only men 24 to 34 listen.
Right?
yeah, but we got PJ from Orville Nation listening.
Yeah, I think I had the first female in my analytics the other day, so I was happy about that.
Hey, PJ, how are you doing? I need to talk to you sometime if you have some time. Nothing urgent, just wanted to check in.
I mean, you'll get there eventually. I mean, how many people?
So everyone got. I seen YouTube crashed for everyone last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was irritating.
Yeah, that was a bit annoying.
I'm actually surprised it didn't crash a whole lot more over the last couple months here.
I'm surprised they got it up and running as quickly as they did. Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was banking on it's gonna be like another 2 hours.
I figured it at least, because it was like all of a sudden nothing at all.
Yeah, and like if you refresh the page, it just gets worse.
Yeah.
Like, at least I had the chat up before, but now I got nothing.
That was an Orville Nation stream, and all of a sudden it just started.
Yeah, same. I was.
And
Yeah,
tried
I
to
was
refresh, and then and everything just failed. The chat wouldn't even show up, and I was like, "Oh, great."
Yeah, I was on like 3 or 4 different streams at the time. I was modding for Orville Nation, and I was over on West Moody, and it's just like everyone went down.
Yep.
Doomcock went down, the Exozone, everything. I think they just cut it short there though with the Exozone.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah, so I saw that Orville Nation restarted his stream, so I was able to catch that. So I was,
yeah, I was in there at the time it happened. So
yeah,
when it restarted, I got back in.
Yeah, PJ. Thank God it didn't last too long.
That was a crazy night. Yeah, thank God it didn't last long. Exactly. Sorry, guys.
No problem. So, Mr. Lundell, what movie are you showing today, or what movies, I should say?
Couple of Sword and Sandals. I'm not gonna give out any titles.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Lundell, did YouTube screw up with your time zone because you were premiering some movies really late last night, or was that on purpose?
No. What do you mean?
So I saw you had
usually 11
at like
and
1 in the morning last night.
No, 1 in the morning.
Yeah, I saw.
I don't know what
time zone.
It's not in my notifications anymore. But yeah, when I was just getting ready for bed, all of a sudden I saw a notification for one of your movies pop up. I was like, "What the hell?"
Sometimes they pop
1 o'clock.
up
I was asleep.
Yeah, I've had that happen too, where all of a sudden it's like, what?
Like the stream ended like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard that some people had like
I don't know. That may
time zone got reset and their
that may explain some of the numbers I get.
Pushed off weird times.
Yes, PJ, he does. I keep staring at it too. The bat left in the background.
The bat list.
Oh yes.
So pristine and shiny.
every Klingon should have one. So
Oh, also some pretty sick ass guitars you got there.
I think the Orville should have something like a Bat'leth. Not that exact design, but something similar that would be easy to just slash somebody's throat with.
Well, I mean, it would be a Mochlin weapon, right? So, I mean,
Yes,
you could
yes,
You could have the pointy parts facing you.
yes,
It
exactly.
doesn't even have to look anything like the Batleth. It just needs to be a simple.
no, I'd rather the weapon. I'd rather the weapon be what's Tyler's race called?
Chileans, right?
Yeah, I'd rather it be a Chilean weapon. That way only a Chilean could pick it up, let alone use it.
No, that would make sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be like the hammer of Thor with points.
yeah, exactly.
So, Beta Ray Bill's Stormbreaker from the comics because it had a bit more of an axe design to it.
Hello, Peter Quinn. How are you?
Hey, Peter. So I always thought it was Sullian, like it was an S, but that could just be pronunciation.
Ah, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, in Star Citizen, a friend of mine who I play with, we've been doing a lot of videos together lately on that channel.
Strange New Worlds? What the hell is that?
So Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Is that a new show? Or short or something?
I'm guessing it's a game, but
You know what? With the power of the internet, let's find out.
If it's a Star Trek game, it's probably terrible anyway.
Star Trek Strange New World is a short story anthology series based on and inspired by Star Trek, and its spin-offs. The series was edited by Dean Wesley Smith with assistance from John J. Ordover and Paula M. Block. Published 1998 through 2016.
Wow.
Pike and Spock.
Okay.
Where did you send the link?
I did not send any link yet. I just Googled Star
No,
Trek.
I'm sorry. I was asking you that.
Everybody, let Trek and CBS All Access die on the vine. Do not watch this just to do videos on it. Do something else on YouTube. Okay, let this shit. I mean, I'll tell this to anybody. Just let this shit die because it's getting ridiculous.
Well, here's my thought process on this. If you let it die, people will forget about it, and then you can revive it like a decade later. And it's like that. You finally get a break and you get to breathe. You get some breathing room, I think. And I hate saying that because obviously I'm a Star Wars fan, or I guess I was. That's still a weird topic for me, but that's the whole point. Like the fact that I'm no longer sure. That's so just give everyone breathing room, give them the chance to relax, to kind of detox and forget about what happened and move, and then later down the line maybe you revive it, make it so true to what it's supposed to be, not what they wanted it to be, and maybe people will get back interested in it.
Exactly. Would you mind posting that link again, Peter? Because you were not a mod at the time, so it didn't show up. And I added you and Orville Nation because I know you guys come around all you can.
What's WoW, Orville Nation?
That's a good question. I'm waiting for that one. Star Trek Pike Spock series. Oh my god. That is a scary.
Look, it's if you're doing if you're doing something like animated or a video game or even like a movie prequel, right? But the prequels, for example, like the movie came out say 2 years ago, and now you're going to do a prequel like Indiana Jones, right, with Temple of Doom after Raiders. You know, the actors, you can use the same actors because they haven't really aged. It's only been like a year or two. You know, and when it comes to voice actors, it doesn't matter at all. You know, a good example of that is Transformers. They use Peter Cullen still to voice Optimus Prime, and he's been doing it since the 80s, since the original show. So it's but when it comes to like a TV show where it's like, okay, you know, Star Trek, you know, we're going to do a Star Trek series based in TOS era, but it's now 2020, and the show originally came out in 1966. So,
Yeah.
and most of a lot of the major actors are unfortunately deceased. So,
Correct.
what do you like? You can't bring them back, and you can't use the original actors that are alive because they're all old. You can't have them in that era anymore. So what do? You know, like it's a huge gamble to do that because then you have to do, okay, now we're going to have a show with new actors portraying these characters like the movies did, and it can work. You know, like there are some cases where it works, but honestly, you're much better off not trying that at all. You're just better off doing something new.
Well, at least this picture looks like a combination between the Kelvin timeline and, I hate using the word prime timeline because I don't like it. It's bullshit. Anyhow, the original series where Captain Kirk has his command chair and he's got these buttons on there, not, but all these displays that, no. But at least it doesn't look like everything's touch screen and no.
It is for the most part. Maybe not.
Because they've got tactile controls in front. You can't see the, you know, well, at least not in the picture I'm looking at. You can't see the con. But anyhow.
No, I just don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think so either.
They need to stop just trying to squeeze things into existing timelines and make their own stuff.
Well, even if they were to, again, if they were to go back in time, why does it have to be the Enterprise? Why does it have to be Kirk and Spock?
Because nobody would watch otherwise.
Are you surprised it's Kirk and Spock? This crowd?
Am I surprised? No.
It's kind of like how modern, like, you know, I might be. This might be an unpopular
best thing to do.
What I'm about to say. So, if anyone who's an Assassin's Creed fan of the current Assassin's Creed games, I'm sorry, but like I'm a big fan of the original Assassin's Creed games, like the Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and then 3 is all right. But you know, Black Flag, 4, those are good games. They tell a good story, and the new ones pretty much aren't Assassin's Creed. They just have the name and the title so that Ubisoft can make a whatever this historical fantasy RPG,
right?
And then sell it. But it's like, well, they don't want to make a new franchise because that's taking a risk. Whereas if you just put it under Assassin's Creed, a well-known and popular IP, well, then everyone will buy it. And yeah, they have like Assassin's Creed stuff in the games now, but they're completely different games. Like the themes and everything in the game are completely different. They take place before the whole Assassins versus Templar thing in the Assassin's Creed games even existed. So it's like, well, then how is this an Assassin's Creed game when there are no assassins?
That makes absolutely no sense. I'm sorry.
So that's why, and you know, the original games were not historical fantasy RPG. I mean, they were, but not your more traditional role play game where like dialogue options and branching story endings and all that.
Right.
It was more just linear campaigns, single player. You get to customize how your character looks and like armor and stuff. But it's a pre-made story. You just get to experience it and play and have fun. That's why everyone, like for example, Ezio, like everyone's favorite Assassin's Creed character because he's so charming and lovable. But with these new games, it's a historical fantasy RPG, and it just has the Assassin's Creed name slapped on it to help sell it.
Right. Unfortunately, that's what sells.
When I read this, I mean, if this was like 10 years ago, I'd actually be excited for it. But I mean, because of Picard and Discovery, CBS has just used up their goodwill. I just don't care anymore. It's probably something I'll check out if it does actually happen and comes out. But yeah, I mean, usually if this would be something 10 years ago, I'd be really excited to actually see. But like I said, now it's just, if it happens, it happens.
Well, Captain Spire, brand recognition is like
best thing to do is let this die. Don't review. Don't buy any CBS All Access for it. Don't review it. Don't say anything about any more Trek that CBS does because you know what it's going to be. Right now, all Bad Robot Secret Hideout are doing is they're throwing stuff on the wall to see what sticks.
Oh yeah.
And so far, none of it's sticking. So why waste your money on it?
It's not sticking. It's not sticking. It's just stinking.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably watch episode one. Who knows if I'll go any further than that.
Well, I mean, if it's on TV or online for free, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch the one episode thing. Big deal.
That's how I saw the pilot of Star Trek Picard. It was free on YouTube. It was on the channel. That's how I watched it. The rest I saw through Major Grim's videos and Bird of Prey's kill count.
Yes. See, I happen to see the other videos, the other episodes of it because of a friend of mine. And it was not really just watching the show, it was the experience. There were a couple episodes I liked. A couple episodes I didn't. But and if you listen rambling, sorry, I don't love it as much as you.
Rambling's just hopeful. He's been without Trek for so long. He's just, he's in total wish mode. It's got to get better. It's got to get better. How many times did you hear him say that? It's going to get better. They got to stick to landing. Did they stick to landing? Hell no. They couldn't stick a landing with Picard with crazy glue. Okay.
Right.
And now they want to throw Pike and Spock into this meat grinder? Or are they just saying that to get people to pay attention?
Yes.
Because they didn't say they didn't have a series. They said it was just announced, and they said it was they ordered it straight to series, but there's still no episode count or premiere date. So
what's interesting,
it could just eventually go away. I mean, they're still talking about the Section 31 show, which I don't think anybody believes is ever going to come out.
No.
Does anyone care?
And then the day after Picard ended, they're pitching. They were saying there's going to be a 7 or 9 show. Okay.
Right.
Why? I mean, are you still buying this? I mean, come on, people. What is it? I love you, but I promise
so
not
long between seasons that people are just forgetting about it in between seasons and just not caring. So, I mean, I seriously wouldn't completely forget that Discovery was even coming back if people on here weren't talking about it.
Yeah. But see, what'll happen Lori Loaded, Anti-Trekker, and the Fandom Menace, they'll watch this stuff and start throwing bad reviews, you know, which they'll be accurate. What people keep forgetting, you're dealing with people, good news or bad news. You're talking about them and they like it. Okay? You don't talk about them, that's when they get nervous.
Right.
That's why you need to leave this alone. Just, let it pass. Let them make the show and realize nobody's watching it and nobody's talking about it either.
Oh yeah.
Then they'll make changes. It'll probably be too late, but they'll try to make changes then.
Yeah, Captain Spire. That's a big problem with people trying to make original ideas, and it happens even to good original ideas that people just. I just think that nowadays with the whole internet and instant access to information, people are way too analytical about entertainment. Like even good entertainment, it's like, well, how come they didn't do this or that? Like, shut up and enjoy the freaking flick. Stop overanalyzing everything. So what Captain Spar is saying is, that people are too quick to say it's too much like this or too similar to that, or it's trying to whatever. When the thing has its own identity, yeah, it has similarities to something else, but is that a bad thing? I mean, if you were to say, "Oh, this comic has similarities to this other comic I read, but I really enjoyed that comic, and this comic is good," then why is that a bad thing that they have similarities? It's clearly something you enjoy.
Right.
So it's just, it's just annoying how people are like, "Oh, too much like this, too much like that." Like, well, I guess what you have to do is keep an open mind, and I guess you have to also just learn to enjoy things instead of just constantly analyze things because it might have a plot hole or it might have this or it might have that. Like, yeah, anything will have a flaw if you look hard enough, but nothing's perfect.
No, unfortunately, it has become too common to just instantly criticize and nitpick everything. And yeah, this is too similar to this, or this is not right, or what, and not everything's going to be perfect. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because think of it this way, because Halo takes a lot of it takes a lot from Aliens. It takes a lot. I mean, like pretty much half the things, like the whole thing with the Marines, are pretty much from Aliens. Like Sergeant Johnson's pretty much rip off of the character of the Sergeant from Aliens. And if that were made today, people would be all over like, "Oh, it's so too much like Aliens. It's so like they're just trying to be aliens, but they didn't get the IP or whatever." It's like, but it's clearly its own thing. It's got its own identity, its own feel, its own universe and story, and but that's not what people would see. They would see, well, what's it similar to, and is it copying it, and all this and all that. And the same argument can be made for, say, Star Trek Picard. But the problem with Star Trek Picard is Alex Kurtzman has a known tendency to rip off video games. So it's a little harder to just dismiss those similarities.
Well, I think the other thing is that, anymore we have more access to behind the scenes than we did years ago. We have the actors, the writers, the directors, blah, 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 all giving their viewpoint, their political stance, everything else, and applying it to the show. And whether it is or not. And the problem is that colors our view of what the show's going to be. I tried to ignore everything with Picard. Unfortunately, that was not always possible. But I didn't see some of the things other people saw because I wasn't looking for it, because I wasn't listening to the hype.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I
You
didn't really
gotta
mind
think
some
now.
of the stuff that, like, what people were complaining about. Oh my God, this is exactly like Mass Effect. Well, I never played the Mass Effect game, so that didn't really bother me
I
very much.
yeah
I just thought the visuals were stupid in the first place.
yeah
But some of the comparisons I don't notice because I don't play all the games. But I mean, so I mean, I would never have known it was almost a direct Mass Effect rip-off had Mr. Miles not said anything in the chat.
yeah.
Because then I actually went back and looked at a bunch of cutscenes, and yeah, there's one in there that's almost damn near shot for shot. I don't know, I can't remember which one it is now, but I was pretty amazed
Now
going through
I
that.
am going to say one thing, and I know CBS will never hear this. They will never care, no matter who, But I wish they would get rid of the damn hyperspace for going to warp.
Yeah.
All that visual that they have.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you can completely tell that they're trying to keep in line with the JJ movies that came out before it. So it's not.
It's the same people working on them. So.
And they want to keep their.
And Resolute Germ, Halo was inspired by aliens. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be like, we'll have similarities. Like, no, they straight up said like it's inspired heavily by
yeah,
as well as like because when I first got into Halo, I didn't see aliens yet, so I just saw. Reminds me of Star Wars and Star Trek and a few other things, and that was great. Like, okay, I'm interested. And then I started playing, got into the story, and now I'm heavily to the lore and everything, and I love it. And then I saw Aliens, like a few years ago, probably like 10 years ago now. But I saw it, and I'm like, oh, okay, there actually are a lot of similarities to Halo. I can see why people keep saying that, but that wasn't a bad thing. Just makes it cooler.
Well, I mean, Peter, the reason why they spoiled everything down to like JL and XBs and stuff, I mean, that's just kind of what people do today. Is we abbreviate almost everything in text messages, so it's just an extension of that.
Yeah, that was the contemporary dialogue in Picard was very off for Star Trek.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like Star Trek. I have to agree with that. It's like calling him Jay. Like, have we ever heard of characters being called, aside from Bones, have you ever heard of a character being called by a nickname?
No, not really.
Star Trek or in a Star Trek show?
Well, other than the original series. Other than the original series where you had Bones, you had Scotty.
Right.
Okay.
But he's literally going around introducing himself as Scotty, so I don't really count that.
But it's still a nickname versus.
Yes, it is still a nickname, but it's just like he literally goes like, "Yo, please call me Scotty." Like versus Jean-Luc Picard does not go around saying, "Call me JL." Like.
Well, if you recall in the last movie where they had the deleted scenes, Riker introducing the new number one, basically, and telling him to call him Jean-Luc. So calling him JL is just like, what? The man didn't like it.
Everyone calls him Jean-Luc, like at least his friends, like
his friends do.
Entirety of TNG. That's what Beverly Crusher calls him. Like everyone calls him Captain or Captain Picard, but she calls him Jean-Luc.
I'm sorry, I couldn't picture Beverly Crusher saying, "Hey JL, what's up?"
Oh my god! Especially since he's such a formal character, just over like in general. That's the whole point. He's a very diplomatic person.
Yes.
Like he's very into and he's very respectful of what you call other people, and for example, he would never just like. It's just weird. William Riker was called Will. Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Did anyone actually call him William on the show? Everyone either calls him Will or Commander or Commander Riker. That's really it. I can't remember a single time where they called him Will.
Well, we
William.
called him Bill once.
And then there's the clone, Thomas.
Yes.
We never found out what happened to him.
Well, we do in Deep Space
Okay,
Nine.
his father did call him William in one episode. All right. I was thinking of that episode, but I couldn't remember if his father just called him Will as well or called him William.
Yes, Troy did call him Bill once. Which
I know that
really
we've been dating for years, and now we're friends, and we've known each other for at least 10 years. But Bill, don't you think Will? What? My name's Will. Just trying to imagine that.
Just like I sense you're wrong about your name. It's actually Bill.
how bad would TNG be today if it were made today? That's a good question.
Maybe terrible.
Yeah.
We'd be as
that's
sick of it
that's
as we
a good
are
point. From sorry, yeah.
Discovery. We'd be as sick of it as we are Discovery or Picard or whatever, or the proposed Section 31 show, or JJ Trek. We'd be just as disgusted with it.
See, I think, and I heard Orville Nation talking about, Orville having like a Section 32 or some other organization. See, I think it should be like a Section 13. 13 being an unlucky number, dealing with Section 13 would be a bad thing. So, kind of a play on bad luck. But that's just my thinking.
Yeah, I say just leave it alone.
Well, yeah.
Plus, it would be
personal
number
Trek
13.
with Section 30. Okay, Ronald Moore or whoever came up with Section 31, bad robot's going to run it in the ground and make it disgusting. So, just leave it alone.
I think that they really want to
Robin's 31 or 32.
Division 31.
Yeah, Division.
Right
Yeah.
on the nose.
But yeah, I just want to say, Captain Spire, you're correct. In Star Trek Generations, let's say Genesis, in Generations, when Kirk is talking to Picard and says, "Call me Jim," and it takes you see Picard, because Picard would have just called him, probably called him either Captain Kirk or James. That's just how Picard is. He usually calls you by, like if there was a child named William, he would call the kid William, not Will.
And let's talk Trek. Hello, how are you today? It's been a while since I've thrown out the link, so let me do that again. And nobody's backstage, thank God.
I don't even want to imagine that. Josh Street. Just think of how bad TNG would be if it was made today. Actually, no, wait, I can. Never mind. It'd be great because we already have it. It's called the Orville.
Mountains of Elysium, you are correct. Season 1 would not be progressive enough. It would absolutely need to have, well, let's see here. Have to have a female captain. The first officer would be an inept idiot or gay.
Who's an idiot. And they couldn't kill Tasha Yar. They would have to kill a guy.
No,
Yeah.
Worf would die.
What?
They'd kill Worf.
Yeah, it'd be Worf. Worf would be the one who gets killed.
Yeah. It's like, let's
Just
I mean,
Let's-
can you guys imagine how large that ship would be? I mean, since they upscale everything in that universe, I mean,
Oh my
the
god! Yeah, have you
Enterprise D would
seen?
be like the
I
ship
was looking at
around
the other
galaxy.
day, the what's the scaling charts that they had for comparing like pretty much all of the TOS and TNG ships to the hold on a second
The Galaxy class would
to
actually
the
be a galaxy.
Yeah.
TNG ships compared to the J.J. Abrams movies, and you just see like these things are bigger than they're almost the size of a freaking Borg cube. What the hell?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, Peter Quinn, there have been alphabet people in Star Trek before, but it wasn't so prominent. It wasn't so pronounced, and it wasn't so bigoted.
I don't actually one episode from TNG comes to mind when Dr. Crusher falls in love with that alien the
The
symbiote.
Trill, the first type of Trill. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
What?
The first type of Trill, not the
There
that's
were-
a good one. That Jadzia
Okay.
was.
Right. And then he gets in an accident, and then then the parasites in Will, so that he can stay alive, and then when the new host body comes, it's a chick, and he's completely like ready to continue their relationship, but she's just personally not ready. And the way they went about it, I thought was brilliant. Like maybe someday I will, I don't know, but like right now I'm not. But it wasn't like, what? I'm not gay. Like there was nothing like that. She was very like, I'm sorry, I can't be with you. It's just not. I'm not ready for it. Like it wasn't a thing against gays or this or that. It was her realizing like, I'm just not ready for that type of relationship. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Exactly. I like that.
And yeah, that's why I thought it was done well, because it was just she is evaluating herself, and she knows what she wants and what she doesn't want, and it sucks because she wants to be with him, but she's not comfortable in the way that they can be together right now.
Yeah.
So.
And obviously this is before the reassociation thing that they came up with later on. But yeah, I find it refreshing that they delved into that without being in your face. And that's the difference between then and now. Now
Right.
it would be right there. We got to deal with it in your face, head on. Not make it part of the story, but just stick it in there and shove it in your face.
That little thing was clearly just like 2 lines of dialogue that she says at the end. Like that wasn't even a major thing. It was just one little thing of dialogue, and that's the whole point. Like I remember it. Like that's how powerful a line of dialogue can be.
Absolutely.
One of these things, and yeah, and then they also had that episode with the race that don't have genders, and they're pretty much treated miserably if they do have a gender or whatever, and they get fixed, right? With the I don't remember the specifics of that episode.
Right.
Riker falls in love with one of them.
Oh yes, the androgynous people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who identified as a woman.
Yes. Absolutely. I remember that episode. And
it's funny because it's a lot more relevant today than it was then.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Some of the things amaze me today that go on. It I don't know. I'm just getting old, I guess.
Oh, I know the feeling. As I was telling you earlier with the Halo 2 anniversary thing, and I made the joke like, yeah, now 343 is just reminding me about how much time has passed since the Halo 2 came out. With the when the anniversary came out in 2014, and it's like, really? It's been 10 years already? Great.
And in let's talk Trek. Star Trek. Let's talk Star Trek. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm actually having a fantastic day. was on Loki's stream earlier, just listening, and I was like, man, I needed that kind of motivation today. And then I went and saw the Valkyries a little bit, and then saw you were live, and I said, you know what? Why don't I come over here and just say hi? And
Well, I
the
appreciate
fact that you shot that out, and you shut it out, and I thought, hey, I love talking Star Trek, anything Star Trek. That's why I started my whole show.
And let me see here. Before I say anything, let me make sure.
Mhm.
So I've never actually got to meet you before, MBG. Nice.
No.
What kind of things do you talk about on your channel?
We actually launched our channel about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and the whole point was I had gotten so tired of certain big names, and I ended up unsubscribing to a lot of people because I was like, I'm sick of the negativity. It's draining my brain. I want something positive, and it kind of sparked. I was listening to, and I'll be honest, I'm going to throw this to Stone Loki. There was a Friday, he was just on fire, and I was like, okay, if I'm going to talk Star Trek, it can't just be me looking at a screen and telling people what Star Trek. I said, no, I need a panel. I need people to talk. I want diverse ideas. So example, our first video was. Oh, sorry, I heard a little feedback. Our first video was captains. Our second video was starships, and our last video was non-Federation. And next Monday is sorry.
Mr. Lundell's feeding back a little bit.
Let me mute him for a second.
Oh, Mr. Lundell. Captain Trek's handing out the mute hammer.
But yeah, so no, our whole point was my goal was to have fun talking Star Trek. I mean, I want to be able to disagree. I want to be able to not get along in certain areas of disagreement, but still leave. And we're all still good friends. Like, sorry, I have a terrible voice and I cough a lot, but
actually, no, you don't. And would you mind throwing the link to your page in there in the chat?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
I just did.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll check that out, definitely.
But yeah, the whole thing is I want to be part. I've decided I'm going to be part of community, and I want to have a diverse, fun time. So right now, once a week, Monday, 6:30. 6:30. But that's my goal. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be on your channel, Captain Trek.
Very cool. I'll check it out. Welcome to the community. We only fight every now and then.
Let me put Mr. Lundell backstage. Got to get that sound fixed. Anyhow, no, I would like to talk more with you about your live streams, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry, Captain Trek. Are you talking to me?
Yes, I
am. Sure. Ask me anything you want.
Well, what are the general topics that you have?
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is black and blue. You can ask my wife.
Oh, yeah.
What is the average speed velocity of a swallow?
African or European?
What? I don't know.
Well, when you're a king, you have to know these things. The topics are kind of getting we're kind of organically doing them. We decided as a group we are going to do our favorite TOS episodes. We had originally we're going to talk favorite episodes. I said, guys, that's too broad of a topic. Let's narrow it. So we're going to narrow it to genres. But everything I talk in Star Trek is from 1966 to 2005. I don't want to talk CBS. I don't want to talk JJ. If you love them, great, more power to you. I have no problem with that. That's on you, and I don't judge people for what they like. But what I want to talk about is 10 movies, 725 episodes. There is so much still there that we can talk about. And, it always amazes me what some people think of that really stands out to them. Like, for example, I've been asked why I went from Picard to Cisco. I said, well, I'm 40 years old. I just binged TNG and then DS9. And I said, Cisco is a very relatable captain to me because single dad, in the military, gets remarried, has a baby. Well, he would have had the baby and been there had he not been in the, the end in the wormhole. But
Right.
His character was much more relatable, and his temperament and the way his style of command was more of what I was like. So to me, he was just the most relatable captain out of any of them. So, but I always try to make everything context related. I don't like clickbait stuff. I want context. If I don't have context, you're wasting my time.
Right.
You can disagree with me. You can tell me why you think Star Trek Discovery is the greatest Star Trek ever. Just provide me the context, and I'll shut up and listen.
Right. Exactly.
As long as you are civil with me, I will be civil with you. But the moment I live by Roadhouse rules, as I like to joke. I will be nice until it is time to not be nice.
Exactly.
Bye-bye.
And I've been asking people, it's like, if you're a fan of Discovery, tell me why. Exactly. What is it you like about it? Not the generic, because it's good, because whatever. Well, that's opinion. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. I'm going to say that. But if you could provide me a context why it is, quote unquote, good to you, maybe I can appreciate it even if I don't like it. Because there are things I don't necessarily like that I can appreciate why somebody else would like them. But I need a context. Why is this good to you?
Well, I've always, I've been in the same aspect when it comes to my wife and I. We are selective in our comedy. So whereas, example, people loved The Big Bang Theory. They loved Friends. I couldn't stand either one of those shows. I grew up on Mad About You and Roseanne and Married with Children. To me, that is comedy. But I don't begrudge anybody who likes those things. They're just not my kind of comedy.
Right.
Right. Like how I'm personally not a fan of movies like, The Hangover or really any of these types of movies that are more like, I hate calling it this, but I don't know how else to say it. I guess like the more immature, gross humor, like where like fart jokes and this and that and drinking. It's like versus I prefer more
trash comedy.
What?
I call it trash comedy. It's
right,
not fun.
Exactly. That's what I call it too. I just didn't want to call what people may like trash. But hey, another man's trash. One man's trash, another man's treasure, whatever. But me personally, I like more of movies like Airplane, movies like Top Secret, the Zucker and Abram Brothers films, stuff like that. And I also like I did like Dodgeball. That was kind of funny, but like I'm more a fan like Airplane, freaking awesome. Hot Shots Part 2.
Yes.
Like it's I want to say clean, it's relatively clean, but it's not relying heavily on like crude humor.
Right.
It's more slapstick. It's more silly. It's more like these are stuff that you usually wouldn't laugh at, but it's just so silly that you can't help it.
I'm old school comedy. I grew up on Three Stooges, Lowell and Artie, and Abbott and Costello. And to me, that's humor. That's what I understand as humor.
I grew up with the Marx Brothers. I have a DVD collection of all of them. Duck Soup, Monkey Business. Captain Spar. I don't have to tell you because I can, as I said in the chat, show you when I play Cyberpunk.
Sorry, I gotta remove Mr. Lundell again. I was gonna try to get him back in.
Yeah, so, and I say that because Cyberpunk 2077 recently announced that, well, it was in the rating came out for the game, and it's obviously rated M, or adult only in certain places, because you can customize your genitals in the character customization.
What?
You want me to read the ESRB rating?
That is
Here.
that is weird.
Okay. Players can select a gender and customize their character. Customization can include depictions of breasts, buttocks, and genitalia, as well as various sizes and combinations of genitals. Players can encounter events where they have the option to engage in sexual activities with other main characters or prostitutes. These brief sex scenes from a first-person perspective, which Dev came out and said they are motion captured, by the way, depict partially nude characters moaning suggestively while moving through various positions. Some scenes contain brief depictions of thrusting motions. Other scenes depict a character's head moving towards another character's crotch. So this is clearly not a game you want your kids to be playing. This isn't like Call of Duty where it's rated M, but you can have your kid play it and it's all good, No,
Yeah.
This is a game you want your kid not to touch for, I don't know, 18 years maybe.
It's like if you're old enough to go out and buy a pack of smokes and a bottle of alcohol, you're old enough to buy it.
Yeah, and so I'm going to be playing this game on my channel when it comes out, and I'm going to have to make every video 18 and up.
Yeah.
Like usually even like if I'm playing like Halo or something, games that are usually rated M, but just a shooter or something, yeah, I'll make it. I'll click on the not for kids, but I don't have to do 18 and up. But for this, I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
This is just, I didn't expect, because I remember when I first heard the news, I'm like, okay, I knew that there was going to be, sex scenes and stuff because of the same guys that made The Witcher games. But I didn't think it would be this detailed. That was a bit of a shock when I first heard that. So yes, it's game porn essentially.
Yeah.
The real
you should have.
Is it interactive game porn? Okay.
Well, I'm guessing like in Rust, although
I think it's just cinematics. I think you just watch.
I don't know. You mentioned The Witcher 3, and my wife was in here because we have a central room after my oldest moved out, and we turned it in kind of our man cave / she shack until another kid moves out. So we have sewing, my geek stuff, my wife's wonderful fabric that she makes awesome things with. Yes, I'm sucking up to my wife because I can, I have to. And I have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was watching me play the Witcher game, and I played it twice. And every now and again, I'll say something that is crazy. And you know what she likes to say? She will go like this. This I did not know. I'm like, oh, why do you got to do that to me again? There was like this one area where it's like I couldn't get past that dialogue. And I was like constantly going. And she's like, she would be saying it for weeks on end. She was like, this I did not know. I'm like, I'm past there now. Stop. But she loved the actual the cinematic dialogue in Witcher 3. She thought it was great. She's interested in the Witcher show. I've read the first book. I haven't seen the season. I've got to be honest. I quite enjoy all three, which is surprising.
The game,
because you don't normally. Well, no. I mean, I've read the first book. I've seen the series. On Netflix. Okay, yeah. I've never played the first two games. I only ever played Witcher 3.
I've only played Witcher 2 and seen some gameplay of 3. I got 2 for free on Xbox 360 a few years ago. So,
well, strangely enough for me, Witcher 3 was the first game I can honestly say that I applied the New Game Plus option and played it all over again, just because there were certain things I was like. I started doing research. I'm like, can I make this ending better this way or that way? Like I the Baron, for example, I was like, is there a way to save the Baron where he doesn't die, doesn't commit suicide? And I found out there was, and I was like, okay. But it was a lot of fun, and my wife really got engaged in the story dialogue. I mean, games are now, not just interactive. You've got to really, have a story that just captivates you. Otherwise, I'm sorry, Death Stranding is about as boring as I can get. I'm going to be taking that game back. I played it for 10 hours and said, I'm done.
Yeah, that's games like that. Like I was recently playing The Outer Worlds. I got that for free too, and it's the same type, RPG, multiple dialogue options. It's made by the same guys that made the original Fallout games and Fallout New Vegas, and you play that for like hours, and then you're like, okay, I need a break. It's been like 12 hours now. And
Yes.
Captain Spire, my father named me Nick. I think he came up with it when he was shaving.
Oh.
It's a line from Top Secret.
Let's see here now. Well, if you don't mind my asking, I would like to talk Trek with you sometime.
Absolutely.
Whether it be on regular stream, or if you want to join Rambling and I on a special screen, that's up to you. I'll leave that up to you. We can talk about anything you like, as long as it's within your bounds, please. I don't like the other either, so.
No, I mean, I have actually debated on if my channel does well and I'm comfortable with it and I can find the time, I may end up doing what I jokingly call it. See, I have a playlist, and it's called 10 Forward, and that's where you sit down, you talk comfortably, you relax and unwind. I said, if I ever want to go into the dark side of Star Trek, I said I would probably have to create a Quarks Bar playlist.
Right.
So, a little something different. So, like, I've been debating if I can get a couple of people together, and I haven't even. I'm barely playing in the early. I'm only been doing this for a month, so I'm just playing with ideas in my head. If I was going to do a Quarks Bar, it would be, that's where I would talk Picard or Discovery, and I'd even be up for letting somebody who likes those shows come on and just. I'll mute my mic and let them give me their 411 and let them get their opinion out, as long as they can be respectful.
Absolutely. Let's see here. I know somebody who likes Picard a lot. That would be Rambling Canuck. Now, as far as Discovery, I'm not sure.
Number one sci-fi likes Discovery.
Well, what am I thinking? Yeah, we've got it right here in chat.
Oh, wasn't it number one sci-fi? Didn't you do was he the one who did that conversation with Stone Loki a little while back? Or was that somebody else?
Well, I mean, I was on this channel one time, but we weren't talking about Star Trek that day.
But you liked you enjoyed Picard.
I thought Picard was okay.
Okay.
It's hit and miss. There's some good things about it.
Well, the fact is, we know you have an appreciation for Discovery that not everybody does, and that would be nice to have. If you do decide to have a show like that, to have some input for somebody who actually likes it and can provide a context again, where okay, if I'm going into something not liking it, I'm not going to like it. However, if somebody can say what it is about it that it's good, then maybe I can give it a chance. And you obviously went into it with a more open mind than I did. So I commend you for that. I'm going to say I tried to go in with an open mind. I didn't care for it. But I would like to hear what you have to say. and I will
You
listen
also like
respectfully.
Discovery too.
Cool.
You see, that's the thing, and maybe it's because, if you don't mind me, Captain Trek, just kind of where I come from in this whole gambit of things. I am a huge, and I know this is a little
Go
off
for it.
topic, but I'm a huge Star Wars prequel fan. I absolutely love the prequels.
Sure.
I do. I love them very much. Is there problems in them? Yes, but I can find problems in the original series, and I have. And trust me, when I pointed them out, just nitpicking for fun, I'll get excoriated, and I'm like, you are not a real, and I hold my ground when I talk to people. I said, you're not a real geek. And they're like, what do you mean I'm not a real geek? I watched this, I watched that. I said, no. I said, you don't get it. You're not a geek. You're a follower. You're following what's popular, or you're following the trend. Me, I stick to my beliefs. Now, I've had people for 20 years plus disagree with me on the prequels, but, and I say this, but because over time, as people got older and they were willing to sit down and listen, I would sit down and have a conversation with original Star Wars fans and be like, this is why I like them. And they'd be like, and more often than not, I would get, I disagree with
You still
you,
there?
but I would get people who would say, I disagree with you, but I see your point.
Right.
And I was like, that's all I'm saying. And then they would give me why they didn't like it. And I said, okay, cool. And we leave it at that.
Yeah. I was one who, with the exception of Jar Jar Binks, which I hated the voice of that, with the exception of that character, I liked the sequel, the prequel trilogy. The prequel trilogy. It wasn't the same. It wasn't a carbon copy of the first three. And it gave an original story. And I liked that. Now, again, it wasn't perfect. I like to sit down, I watch original Star Trek. And every time I pick up at least one or two nitpick things that I don't sometimes. Because I'll pick the show apart. I love the show. But, looking back at the prequels, at least I liked them at the time. I wouldn't say I loved them at the time.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like the second and third movie. I thought
Right.
the movie was complete garbage, but the second and third ones were, because I've never been a big Star Wars fan anyway. So they were just entertaining watches for me.
And I think that's the point. It has to be entertaining. And
I mean, I know there's a lot of people that get mad about some of the canon and stuff in the prequels, but I mean, for me, I have no idea about any of that stuff. So for me, it just didn't matter. It's not something I would go back and watch a lot ever, but the time when I did see it, I didn't hate it.
No, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
also to keep in mind, whether you hated them or loved them or in between or whatever, you cannot deny that because of the prequels, we have a lot of great content, Star Wars content that came out because of them. A lot of spin-offs. We had Star Wars Clone Wars. I'm not talking about the current animated one. I'm talking about the original 2003 micro series. We had like a plethora of games. I mean, Star Wars gaming, like we had it before, but it skyrocketed when the prequels were going. I mean, LucasArts was probably pumping out like 5 games a month at that time.
Right.
Like you had, let's see, for episode 2 alone, you had like 7 games come out, and none of them were movie license games, but they were all games based around the events of the movie or after, or Clone Wars related things that take place between 2 and 3. So.
Hey, Captain Trek.
Yes,
real
sir.
Quick. I don't know if you saw it. I shot you a quick thing. You are welcome to be a guest on our panel on Monday. We're talking TOS favorite episodes,
All right. I appreciate that.
and I will shoot you the link. I usually set everything up usually the day prior, probably after lunch. What normally happens is just for I'm retired disabled military, so I also homeschool my children. Not like this coronavirus homeschooling. I've actually been homeschooling my kids for the last year, so that's always, of course, my priority first thing in the mornings and stuff. But it's a busy thing, but man, I'll tell you what, and I brag about it. It's one of the most rewarding things to see my son who has special needs, to watch those barriers just rip away from him, and he's just shattered them. And in less than a year's time, my son is reading with confidence he's never done before, and he's excited, looking forward to. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, but it
Oh,
is such
no.
it is such a rewarding, amazing thing to see my son after all his struggles. And I say this because my son was 3 years old and he couldn't say 2 words. And trust me, it was not from lack of trying. He has special needs, so his auditory was he has auditory issues. We found out he can't be around loud sounds. I don't know what the exact term is, but he has autosensory issues,
Mhm.
and he had trouble reading for so long, and he gets so frustrated. And I come to find out that the tutors and the teachers, and I didn't, of course, find out until after I started homeschooling him. He suffers from severe test anxiety, which made total sense after I figured that out, because my wife suffers from that same affliction. So it was, when I finally told her, she's like, "Oh my God, you're right." And so it's been an amazing thing. But I will say this: people like Captain Track and Number One Sci-Fi. I know you two, variously, still. I'm here because you guys have, made people like me feel welcome. Like there is hope for the geek community, that we can weather this storm, and that we can still, even in the storm, find shelter and find common ground.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we have to do. We have to come together as the geek community. And, again, we're not always going to agree on everything. But unlike others, we can still come together and say, I don't agree with you on everything. I still respect you. I still value you as a person without having to agree on every single thing you say.
Exactly.
And I think that is one thing that a lot of people miss out on. And
Zachary Gibbons just said, "Hey, all! I just saw the
What part of the military were you in?
What?
Oh, Number One Sci-Fi. Are you asking me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I served 4 years in the Marine Corps, and then I did 16 in the Air Force and retired back in 2019. Actually, right about a year ago. And I retired March of 2019. My wife retires from the Air Force after 20 years, 1 July. So we are very excited to move on to this next chapter. And it's one of the reasons why I started homeschooling, was because I knew I had a good retirement rating. I was like, I should get a decent disability rating. And if I have to, I'm a computer guy. I can get a decent job at the local IT store up the road. I keep my Security Plus and stuff in good standing. So, but I talked to her about it, and she, after doing research, because during the time I made that request, she was in Turkey for a year. So I was raising the kids by myself for an entire year. So, but that's the life we choose. And she's back, and we love it. And man, I tell you what, homeschooling with my wife as a teacher, especially since she has an education degree, has been. I am one of the most fun things I'm doing is I have learned things in my history that I'm teaching my kids, because I am a huge fan of history, and I'm teaching American history. And I'm learning things I didn't know. Like, I'll give you a crazy example. Here's something you probably didn't know. Prior to the 1960s, when a vice president ascended to the presidency,
Mhm.
there was no vice president replacement.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Neither did I. And it's just the little things. I also found out, like, example here, President John Tyler. I know most people probably don't know who he is, but believe it or not, he's the only president that is buried under a foreign flag, because he joined the Confederacy and got voted into their Senate, but he died before he took office.
Captain
So he
Trek
is that.
backstage.
Oh, good grief. I definitely want to get him in here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Navy veteran. I served 20 years and retired.
Hello, Bird of Prey.
Oh, Bird of Prey, how are you, man?
Applaw.
How you guys doing?
Doing all right. How are you, Bird?
Good. Just warm here, but otherwise, okay.
It's really humid out there today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are the doctors saying now? Any update?
Yeah, they're saying I'm too awesome, and they're going to have to cut out some of the awesomeness and redistribute it among less awesome people. Something about a UN charter.
Cool. I like that. More awesomeness spread around. So, when are you going to be getting out of there?
They have not yet really talked about it. My guess isn't going to be till at least Monday,
Okay.
but I don't know for sure.
Well, we know we won't have Cinema Saturday. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, Cinema Saturday looks to be like it's off.
well, we got a week to wait then.
So with luck, we'll resume things by DS9 Wednesday. We'll be a week behind. Maybe
Hey, Captain
Hey, Captain Trek.
Yes, sir.
Any chance I could get a link to what time? Not a link. Sorry. What time do you guys do that DS9? I'd love to listen to you guys' panel.
We do that on at 7 p.m. on Wednesday
Yeah,
on
Oh,
Rapidly Canucks channel.
Oh, I'm gonna have to definitely come on when you guys go up, because DS9 is my favorite series.
Don't you do Enterprise on
Oh,
Wednesday?
that's shit. Yeah, we do Enterprise on Wednesday, and then we've been talking about doing DS9 stuff another time. Lord, thank you, Bird. You've got me.
No problem.
You're smarter than I am.
He's in the hospital and
I
he's
was a little
still kicking
confused.
ass.
Right. I do on Wednesdays around 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
We watch a DS9 episode and comment about it as we watch. That's always fun.
Hey, Captain Trek, I got an open question. I was curious to what you guys thought. I'm binging Voyager right now, and I'm on the 5th season, and I gotta say, it seemed like after halfway through the 3rd season, there was something that first 2.5 seasons that I cannot put my finger on it, but it felt like there was something missing, and whatever was missing, I think they figured out by halfway through season 3. I don't know if anybody else felt that way. I'm just saying that's where I'm at with Voyager right now.
I do think they had some stuff they had to work out. But
Yeah, to me, Voyager wasn't good until 7 came on it. Once 7 of 9
oh yeah,
arrived,
Yeah.
that changed Voyager big time.
Well, yeah, it kind of turned the show into the 7 to 9 show.
but unfortunately, that was the problem. They went from being a cohesive cast to 7 to 9 show. So what's going on today? How is the Mama Prey doing?
She's doing good. She's right here. She got some.
Hello, Mama Pray.
Hello,
You are a
everyone.
strong woman.
You are definitely a wonderful, loving mother. Thank you, Mamo Pray.
I said you're a wonderful, loving mother. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you guys. I appreciate everything you guys say and do. I really do.
And remember, when you go down, sneak something in for Joe for a treat.
Treat. Okay.
The
Yeah.
food isn't always good, so just get him something that he likes. Out of the gift shop or whatever.
Okay. I shouldn't bring Sassy's jerky treats then.
Sassy will be really upset if we give away your jerky
Actually,
again.
I think Camille has the jerky treats with her and Sassy. So, yeah.
I'm guessing Sassy's being spoiled.
Oh, yes.
Well, as long as you don't mix up Joe's food and Sassy's food, then you're good, right?
Yeah, because we have to feed Sassy the superior food.
Well, Sassy's with Camille, who's the person who took that jerky the first time. Because it wasn't Sassy's jerky. It was real human food,
Right.
for humans to eat, for human consumption jerky. And I wasn't a
Not
big
to be
fan of
confused
it.
with human jerky.
So Camille ended up taking it, but it looked like Sassy's jerky because it came from the same company.
Right.
That was where the joke that we gave away Sassy's jerky came from. But in fact, Sassy just finished her jerky. We didn't give it away. And then when Sassy had no more jerky, she was upset. And then a couple of weeks ago, somebody gave me money specifically to getting Sassy more jerky or something. So I did. Oh, for getting Sassy a treat.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll buy her more jerky.
Oh, Sassy is Bird of Prey 5's. Good Lord.
Beagle.
What breed? Beagle.
Beagle.
Like Snoopy.
Well, she was our beagle. Camille took her. I don't know if we're ever going to get her back.
Yeah, there's a good chance she's not ours anymore.
No, when he gets home, we'll get her back.
Thank you, Captain Spire. And I just looked at the chat because I forgot there was a chat because the way screens work.
Oh yes.
Mobile devices.
Hey, man, we've all had you in our minds. I can't speak for everyone, but you've been in my mind and a lot of other people's minds all week. I've been checking to see your updates,
so many
man.
Guys, thank you. So many links. Hello.
And your name comes up in every stream, so yeah.
Hashtag I stand with Bird.
I love that saying. Since he can't stand, I stand with Bird. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you can thank Loki. That was all his hashtag. Give credit where credit is due.
Who was it?
Loki.
Loki. Appreciate it, Loki. Here now, I can't
No.
see. It really,
Thank
well,
you.
pass it on that I love it.
Oh yes. Absolutely.
Thank you. Didn't mean to.
You are always welcome, Mama Pray. There is absolutely no need to say sorry.
Don't mess with a mama against her chickens.
Oh, exactly.
Is Joseph still here? Hello, Joseph. Josh Street.
Oh, the
I'm
whole
just
crew.
seeing names of people. Mando. Oh, Mando's in chat, but he's quiet. Cinnabon's in chat, but I haven't heard him say anything.
How's Strawberry?
Number one's in chat, but he's also gone quiet.
Oh,
Just
hi, number
suffering
one.
the
There he is.
Yeah, I mean,
Hello.
hello, Bird. Hello, Mama Pray.
Hi, number one. How you feeling?
Love you both.
How are you feeling, number one?
Well, obviously better than you are right now.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know how.
I'm gonna say
you
when
were in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. No problem I have right now compares to what probably Mama Prey and Bird of Prey are going through. So, I'm putting all my effort and focus into being positive and hoping for their best and saying prayers every night, daily, dinner. I'm a little religious.
Well, thank you so much.
No, we're really, knock wood, could be a lot worse.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. We're all thankful that he got to the hospital when he did.
Yeah.
We were
Yes.
going.
Yes.
We don't want him to have to go, but oh, thank God he went, because yeah.
Zachary, lunch hasn't come yet, but it should be here any minute. I hope it's not more turkey meatloaf.
So that they don't let you pick a lunch.
They used to.
Oh, yeah, you were going to call them.
Yeah, I was supposed to call the kitchen and see why the hell am I not getting a damn menu.
I would have had that one piece of French toast this morning.
Yeah, the first time I was here, first breakfast was French toast, but it was 3 pieces.
Right.
Terrible. Today they sent French toast breakfast, 1 piece. What the fuck was I supposed to do with 1 piece of French
I don't
toast?
think we're going through a supply shortage here in New York at all. What do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely find out about getting that number and calling down and putting your order in.
Yeah.
That's what I liked when I was in the hospital. I got to choose what I
Yeah,
had.
they have you can also get like outside places to deliver to you.
Normally here you can choose, but with everything going on, you get what you get.
Yeah.
Much. That sounds about
They
right.
do have a very good cafeteria and another restaurant. I'm not saying it right. You say it.
Abu Pan.
Which I put the app on the phone. Well, he put the app on my phone, so we can order it, and then I just go down and pick it up.
Absolutely good. Wonderful.
But of course, would be nice if the food that came up here was good.
Well, yeah.
We're not going to starve, neither one of us.
Well, nobody's going to let you starve. Nobody.
Well, glad they might, but we won't.
I'm going to get some
I
water.
recently got my grandfather he had a stroke over the summer. He's still recovering. We finally moved him out of the hospital this past April.
Awesome.
He's so much happier now at home. Like, he's back home. One of the biggest complaints he had was the food sucked. And this was somewhat before everything went down. It was in April, and he was at Columbia, and he's just like, no, the food's terrible. And now he's got a wife, his personal cook, so he's all good.
I mean, hospital food was like a step behind plain food.
Yeah, and that's
Until they stopped making plain food. Then the only plain food left was like first class plain food, which was only slightly better than regular plain food.
You're better off just bringing like a bag of M&Ms or something with you on the phone.
No, I like a bag of M&Ms over 90% of this stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Have you been getting
glad
much rest?
Well, honestly, we weren't sure. First, Mom didn't even know she was able to bring it. And then we didn't know how long we were going to be here for. So tonight will be the first night I actually will have my CPAP machine when I go to sleep. So hopefully tonight I'll get some better rest than I have the last few nights.
Oh, definitely.
Did you put Risk on your phone yet, Bird?
I put Risk on. I also got my Google Chromebook,
Huh.
but the thing is, I can't get Risk to work.
Oh.
It like every time I try to play, it bugs out. But I'm starting it now because I rebooted the Chromebook to see if anything. Let me see if I can get it. I can get into a game, but once I'm in the game, it screws up. I don't have my Risk profile,
Right.
so I had to create a new profile. So of course I'm using tokens, but yeah, if Risk was working, I'd just be playing Risk all day and not really complaining much. Then I'd be totally ready to dominate once I was home.
Well, we did a Risk stream last night. I was going to do another one today. So if you get it working, let me know, and I'll send the game codes over.
I watched a good part of last night's Risk game with you guys. DJ Odyssey and Wesley and Nightbreeze and you, and I think that was it. Oh, and LDG.
Okay.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that
It
later
was
myself.
fun. It was fun. Seeing what was
Did
going on. You
you
guys
see
had.
when they started torturing Alexander with Momo masks?
I saw that too. I did. I saw parts of that.
Are you guys? Is there like a online Risk playing community you guys are in?
I think we are the community.
Yeah, it's just hard to look at.
Oh,
No,
okay.
there's a.
There
They
is a
have their
Discord
own
group.
Discord, but
Mhm.
yeah, I went to it. I didn't see all that much going on. Let's see. Single player. No, let's go global domination. I still have 80 tokens. So I guess they never took away any tokens, despite the fact that I thought it started
I'd
game.
invite.
Oh, Joseph wants to say hi to you, Bird.
Oh,
You can shove me backstage.
hello,
It's fine.
Joseph.
Well, I don't know if Joseph will come up.
Oh, okay.
If he wants to say hi or he said hi.
Please say hi to Bird for me. I can. Here, let me
Okay.
put.
Well, hello, Joseph. It's good to see you. Oh, this bastard's got on Fog of War. No.
Hey, Bird, is it at least air conditioned in there?
That's the problem. The air conditioner is like barely functional.
Oh, fuck! I would
it's
be
like-
miserable as hell.
It
No,
is
the
a
problem
little
here is
cool.
it's really humid today where we are.
Mamo Pere brought from home some portable fans,
Oh, that's
Good.
which are making all the difference.
good thinking, Mom.
Without this thing, I'd
Hey,
be so
Captain Trek, I have a question to ask if you don't mind.
Of course, please ask.
I set up my my Discord, and I'd like to shoot it out. If any of you want to join, and then shoot me maybe links to your other Discords to expand the community.
Of course, you may.
Well, as
Go
I
ahead
mentioned
and link it.
earlier, I can't join another Discord server without having to leave one because I maxed out.
hello.
Hi, this is amazing. It's hot. Yeah,
I'll just post my
Guess
Discord
what?
going home
in the
today.
chat.
Wow.
Home today, right now?
Not now, but today.
Today.
Oh, wow.
Today,
Today, yes.
Hey, that's good news.
well, we've got an exclusive here.
Mazel tov.
Oh God, yes, that is the best news, man. That just made my whole fucking day right there.
Well, they're kicking them out for bitching about lunch all the time.
You ever had cafeteria lunch at a hospital? I wouldn't blame them.
It really is just awful. And also, let's talk Star Trek. I put my Discord in the chat so you can see it. Just remember, Discord names are space and cap sensitive when you're adding people.
Okay.
So you just
I'm still
copy
trying
and
to.
paste that.
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to navigate all this stuff. I just figured out how to even send my link to my Discord.
Nope, and we lost.
Oh, we lost Bird of Prey. But hey, we got some great news at least.
They're busy unplugging them right now.
It's like, come on, get out.
Rolling them out the
No
door.
more bitching about our terrible ass
You
food.
don't like our turkey meatloaf? Get the hell out.
The doctor makes
Turkey-
it himself.
Turkey meatloaf. Why does that sound so wrong?
Yeah, it sounds
Why?
pretty good.
Why meatloaf of all things?
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's probably just like
I guess
giant
because it's
turkey
easier to.
nuggets.
Yeah, I can actually think of why, but yeah, if anyone else actually wants to reach me on Discord, I just put it in the chat. I'm free. If anyone wants to message me, feel free to. I'm pretty much always on. Always free to chat.
Thank you. That is good to know. What is your Discord server?
Mine?
Hey, anyone. If you have I know Bird of Prey 5's got one. So
I have one with no members, but I don't even know what the link is.
Oral Nation, I don't have Twitter.
You can look it up, actually.
I have Discord, and I mean you can always email me, but here, let me. I guess I could put my email in the chat and then quickly delete it. I'm sorry. I'm not on Twitter.
Don't feel
Now I
bad.
feel bad. I thought you knew. I told you.
Don't feel bad. Trust me, Twitter is not for everybody. In fact, there's a lot of people on there who shouldn't be on there.
exactly, I agree. I'm on there for convenience sake only, and only for direct messages. Ugh.
I'm on there for two reasons. One is geek culture. The other is irrelevant to what we're talking about. And I don't cross the streams. I refuse to cross the streams, no matter what.
Exactly.
Crossing the streams is bad. I'm all fuzzy on the whole good and bad thing. All right, or PJ, I'll email you. That works.
All right, hold on a second.
Actually, let me copy the
There we go.
email so I can do it.
All right, I think I put my Discord up. We'll see if it works. Somebody just put another one.
I have experience in making Discord servers. I literally help other people make Discord servers, so please feel free to ask if you need any help with that.
Oh, you might be mistaken to ask me those questions. I'll talk your ear off when it comes to technology. I'm an IT guy. And anytime I learn something new, I want to dive into it like a motherfucker.
Oh, okay. So, tell me something new.
That is good to hear.
Yeah, it's good. It just means that it'll be a lot easier for me to explain things because you'll actually get it.
Well, if I don't, I can look it up or I can explain. Let's see.
It's so good to hear that as opposed to like you have to essentially hold the person's hand and explain everything. I have friends that
I've been doing IT for 20 years. I'm a tech guy, but I'm learning my way around a little bit of web streaming, not programming. Programming is out of my league. Coding is out of my league. I will direct you to anybody else for those kind of things. But I got to admit, command line in a Cisco router is one of the most fascinating things I've ever gotten to work in. because it was honestly so nice to know that, oh, hey, it worked. How do you know it worked? I didn't get an error message or some crazy ass graphic telling me something. I just hit it, it worked. Now, the downside of that is if I entered a number wrong, that's on me. But you know what? It made me really work harder on my paying attention.
That is good to know. Oh, by the way, I'll go ahead and put in my since most people are, it's easy to find me on Twitter anyhow, but I'll go ahead and put my link in. That way you can send me that information on the show Monday. And you can find me at Captain Trek on Twitter. Just look me up there, send me the information, the link, whatever, and we can talk about it.
I am weird. I like weird. You know what? You're damn right. I'm weird. Joseph Petrick. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry, but yeah, you're damn right. I'm weird, and I will never change who I am.
PJ just sent you an email just so that this way you have mine.
I'll try and figure out these Discord links later. They're not really working for me right now, but that's okay. I'll figure it out on my own time.
All right. Well, as I said, my Discord
But I'm gonna
for all to see. So it's also my Discord's also on my YouTube page, like on my about page on my channel. Just look, it's right there. So
yeah, no problem.
Oh,
Definitely.
Birdback, I'm sorry.
So you guys heard the news, I guess.
Yes.
Apparently, I'm going home today.
Awesome.
Unexpected, but very much appreciated.
Round of applause. Yes.
I singing.
We got some good news for the end of the week.
Yes. So maybe Cinema Saturday will happen. We'll see.
I'm sure it will now. It probably Friday night stream might happen.
I have no idea what time.
Right.
And this is supposed to be like freaking almost a small hurricane coming through.
Yeah.
But other than that,
and we know it's going to take a lot out of you to get back home. So
it is. But assuming we make it, once I'm in my bed at home, I will either fall right asleep or start a stream.
Or you can start a stream and fall asleep.
Or go looking, that's true, start a stream and go to sleep. Or go looking for whoever's online.
Hey, if EVS could do a chair stream.
Okay, so I need to talk to Ciso Prey and some other things. Let everyone know if you could, otherwise I will let them know.
Of course.
Will do.
Of course. We will let everybody know that we can.
Oh,
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
You too.
Talk later, Bird.
Kapla.
Kapla.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Well,
wow.
I guess Bird's making it through this, so none of us are getting the subs.
We'd have to fight over them.
Right? Well, we could just split them like a lottery. That'd be
All right, I'll get an arm, you get a leg.
I'm tempted
we
to
can
start
fight over
looking
him
up,
like a teddy bear. Like each one of us grabs a different limb.
I got an idea. Let's wait till he gets it official, and let's wait till he gets home and let him tell everybody. That's me.
Probably, yeah, maybe a good idea. And he did say to spread it around us. So.
Right. I know
well, that's
people
true.
know. So, well, I would say spread the word that he's getting out of the hospital. Anything else, we don't know about because
That's all
it's
we
gonna-
know so far. It's just
yeah.
to get it out. That's
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we should
Exactly.
hammer Anti-Trekker and let him know that we found out the news first.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
We'll just never let him live it down.
That's right.
Well, on that note, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the stream. I'd like to thank the panel and the chat for being here today, and we will probably catch you all later on Anti-Trekker stream, and maybe Bird of Prey 5 if he feels like streaming later or sleeping on stream.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for having me on, Captain.
Sounds like a
I'll
plan
Of
to
course.
me.
later on.
What is a slipstream, or should I not ask?
Well-
I just saw that Voyager episode.
I know
That's best.
they
That's
say.
best to not ask. I can say that much for sure. And on that note, have a great one.
Have a good day, guys.
Have a good one. Are we still live?
Yeah, it's still live at the moment. I think it.
Okay.
I'm not used to the person being responsible for the stream leaving ahead of time, but I guess we are supposed to leave